to talk about money and the many ways that it can be abused. I feel like the abuse of money isn't necessarily a bad habit. It's more just something that we all do, and it's natural. We all do it, and you just have to learn how to get out of it. Everyone has the problem with abusing their money sometimes. Except for Jews. Jews have it in their blood. They're good at spending money, and they know they're good at spending money, and they're cocky about it. So fuck off, Jon Stewart. No, I'm just kidding. Jon Stewart's actually like pretty much the most important Jew ever. You can ask a Jew that, they'll tell you themselves. But anyways, getting back to the point, it takes a certain person that's had certain experiences in their life to know how to use money wisely, and knowing how to use money wisely is basically just knowing what you need to buy, what you can do without, and what money you absolutely, no matter what, you have to save for rent and bills and all the stuff that in your life that must be paid, or else you can't live without it. If you do all that stuff and then afterwards you take what little money you may or may not have left and go spend it on what you like, what you want, then you know how to spend your money well. And sometimes certain lifestyles can mean that you will not be good with handling your money, because if you live a certain lifestyle, like let's say just a millionaire, a child is born into money, knowing he has money for the rest of his life, he'll never have to work a day in his life. That's actually, as much as everyone fantasizes about having that life, that's mentally unstable, because you're born into thinking that money is no big deal, and it is. It's actually pretty much the biggest problem in America and everywhere right now. If your parents are rich and you're rich and you guys won the lottery, or however you acquired your money, that's great. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being rich, but you could also be smart about being rich. You could tell your kids, you're going to go to public school like a normal kid. You're going to have normal experiences. You're going to go to college. You're going to have a career, even a 8-hour-a-day job. You're going to be normal. You're not going to just be spoiled just because we have all this money. If I were rich, the first thing I would do is I would invest all of my money into I'd make smart investments, but I would invest, and then whatever I have left, I would give back to the people who deserve to be given back to, like the poor, because the rich, they get their money from the poor, so it's a little bit unfair that the poor just get hind tail and the rich get everything. I mean, rich people have to worry about whether to invest in Apple, or they have to worry about what stocks they're going to invest in, and whereas the poor, sometimes you have to worry about what or if you're going to eat today. And I think this basic idea of not knowing how to smartly invest your money is where most of America's problems lead to, because just like any other human being, the government, America's government, does not know how to spend their money sometimes. They invest in things that we don't need to be at all investing in right now, when they could be thinking about how to get us out of this huge slump we're in right now. Everyone always talks shit about Canada, well, probably because Justin Bieber and Drake are both from Canada, but Canada is a socialist country. Canada's smart. They have their shit together. We don't. America's supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and it sucks. We don't have anything together of our own right now. And I have a lot of respect for Barack Obama, but I mean, lately he's been all over. Obamacare is just a tragic fail. From the get-go, it's not been going good. That being said, I think Obama is unfortunately the best out of the people who are running, which was Mitt Romney. Obama was the best candidate for president. But see, it's little things like this, not knowing how to spend money properly, that has America so fucked right now. And one of the reasons that Obama can't do what he wants to do, because I know that it's really not Obama's fault. He does want to make a change. He does want to help us, but it's not really up to Obama. It's up to Congress. And Congress is more Republican than Democrat, and I'm sorry to all Republicans who may be watching this, but Republicans are childish. If you don't want to do what they want to do, they're not going to cooperate. They're not going to compromise like adults would do. That's an adult solving a problem. but they're not going to do that. They're going to pout and have their way. And I mean, that's perfect example is the government shutting down for a few days. That's what 5-year-olds do. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the silent treatment. You don't want to do what we want to do. We're not gonna talk to you. We're not gonna come to work. It's stupid. They could just be adults about it and try to sit down with Obama and try to actually hear what he has to say and maybe think about how this could possibly help our country. I found this really interesting short story on this website that I've recently become a member of and been working with called hitrecord.org. And it's an open collaborative website where you can contribute videos, audio, stories, all that stuff. But I found this little short story on money and I thought it was really interesting, so I thought I would share it with you guys from YouTube.
So, money. When I was a child, my mother used to tell me a story which helped me understand how money came about. I don't know how factual it is, but basically it went like this. She told me about a farmer, a poultry farmer, who traded chickens to other farmers at the market each day, and he would trade chickens for things that he needed, like vegetables, fruit, salt, flour. So one day he really wanted to buy a basket for his wife from a weaver, but he'd just run out of chickens. So he gave the weaver a note saying, "I owe you 1 chicken in return for the basket." And the weaver wasn't too sure about this, but the farmer insisted that whenever he needed a chicken, he could come to him with this note. So they made the trade, and the weaver had this written note promising a chicken. And sometime later, the weaver really needed something at the market, and he'd run out of baskets. So he traded this note promising 1 chicken instead. So this chicken note began circulating around the community without ever actually being traded in to the farmer for a chicken. The note was worth 1 chicken, but there was no chicken involved. The ominous part about this story is that the farmer who kind of started this system got that basket essentially for free. This is interesting to me because money now doesn't really have any physical worth, kind of like how money used to represent gold in the Federal Reserve Bank. And skipping over a whole lot of economical history, well, it doesn't anymore, because more and more money was printed than there was physical worth for it. So it's like the farmer went and wrote out a whole lot of "I owe you 1 chicken" notes and started handing them out in exchange for goods. But the question is, what happens when everyone comes back with their notes and says, "I want my chicken now," but he hasn't got enough chickens to feed them? When you really think about it, when you work, you're just loading a whole lot of "I owe you 1 chicken" notes onto your bank account, which don't represent anything physical. That's one way to explain why people lose their entire life savings when the economy crashes. We have this idea that money represents worth, but that's just not really true, because, well, a chicken is a chicken, and a dollar is just a number.
And just like in the "chicken is a chicken" video, I think it's really weird how money has gone from gold, which I would prefer if it were gold, because then it's like money has value. It's like if you have this much gold, it has value. But nowadays money is just paper, and it's meaningless. It's like she was saying in the video, it's like we have all this paper money with numbers on it, but we're not worth that much money. I feel like money should be, all money everywhere in the universe should have a worth. It should be worth something. It should have a value. It should be worth something, like it used to be worth gold. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was rather educational for you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like this. I'm going to be doing more stuff like this. I'm going to have better ideas in the future. So if you're a loyal subscriber, stay tuned. Thanks. Bye.